Smithfield Foods, the world's largest pork producer, has shut down its Sioux Falls, South Dakota plant due to hundreds of positive coronavirus cases. Food experts say closing a plant of this size will have repercussions across the entire country's food supply. Reporter Rudolph Snyder has more on how the closing of the Sioux Falls plant could affect food supply here.
The Smithfield plant in Sioux Falls is one of the largest in the country and accounts for nearly 5% of the nation's pork production. The closing of this plant due to COVID-19 outbreaks puts the entire country's meat supply in limbo.
Well, Smithfield is probably the largest pork processor here in the United States. So anytime that there's a hiccup within the system, Smithfield and this plant, like I say, is one of the larger in the U.S., it will have an effect on the overall meat supply.
Now local farmers that worked with that plant and sent pigs there will have to find new plants or companies to work with. But doing that as restaurants remain closed and COVID-19 escalates will be difficult.
There is some possibilities that some of this meat supply will be shifted around, but none of that is easy.
Many farmers will get backed up.
And so as we back up that system, farmers end up having to feed the pigs longer, which costs them money, or worse yet, going down the system, they're just not able to keep that flow going. And we don't want to see that.
America's food supply system is connected. If more and more plants shut down due to COVID-19, people will see the effects.
It's going to be noticeable when you take these super packing plants out of the mix. It's going to be noticeable. We're going to notice. I think there's going to be a pork shortage at some point, and possibly beef if the same thing happens to the beef plants.
So for us as farmers, as well as for the consumer, we worry when these plants go down because we do not, on top of everything else going on, need a food shortage.
The plant was closed after nearly 300 employees tested positive and pressure mounted from government officials to shut it down indefinitely. In a statement, Smithfield President Kenneth Sullivan said the closure of this facility, combined with a growing list of other protein plants that have shuttered across our industry, is pushing our country perilously close to the edge in terms of our meat supply. The Omaha Smithfield plant is unaffected at this time, and the company has announced new measures to protect staff and help prevent spread within these plants. Reporting in Omaha, Rudolph Snyder, 3 News Now.